Hey, AfterBuzzers and Oncers, we are so excited after the long hiatus. We are finally back, and we've got a lot of mama drama going on in this episode, and we can't wait to talk about Lucy's awakening. Stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
This was Steph's choice, and it's amazing because mommy knows best. And there's a lot of mama drama in this episode. Hey guys! Oh my gosh, we are so excited to finally be back after the long hiatus. It's been what, like 3 months?
Too long.
Years.
It's been way too long since we've seen or been here. I've seen your beautiful faces. We are missing poor Lanisha isn't feeling well, but she will be joining us next week.
Thankfully.
But before we get into all of the juicy details of this episode, we want to show or tell you guys where you can find us on social media. Let's start with you, Steph Sabraw.
What's up, everyone? I'm so glad to be back. Like Ally was saying, it's been way too long, but I'm Steph Sabraw. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Steph Sabraw.
Carolina.
It has been way too long to not talk about Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, she's ready.
I'm so ready, and you can find me on Instagram at LenaB113 and Twitter at Carolina Bonetti.
And hey guys, Ally Nasta here. Find me on Twitter at Ally Nasta and on Instagram at Ally Girl. Oh man, guys, I can't even believe the amount of details that we got in this episode. But before we get into even that part, I mean, we need to talk about what the elephant in the room, which is the fact that this will be the last season of Once Upon a Time. They have officially canceled the show. I know. After season 7, but you know what? I was reading the article, and it's so true. You know, this whole entire series has brought us all so much happiness and joy, and I'm kind of glad they're giving us a warning, because I hate when shows just cancel it and you never get a closed door for something that's been such a long series. You can't just after 6 seasons or 7 seasons be like, oh, we won't even tie up the loose ends. So that's the good news, is that we will get a full series completion with a good, nice little tied bow at the end of this.
But also, Once Upon a Time, it's been 7 seasons, and they've had an amazing run. And I remember a time when fairy tales weren't even on TV.
Right.
Like 7 seasons ago,
That's
when
sad.
Once debuted, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Nobody had ever done this, and everybody had all of these awesome stories to tell about bringing it to life and how it kept almost not happening again and again and again. And here we are for 7 seasons. And I think that this leaves the door open for other creative outlets of fairy tales and retellings and characters that we know and love coming to life on the small screen.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything you said. It's sad that it's ending, but I'm glad that they know it's ending. They're not forcing another season, and then they'll be able to wrap up the stories we want wrapped up.
Exactly. And like they said, it's bittersweet for them because obviously they're so happy that this has happened, and obviously it's just sad to close any chapter of your life, but you know, it's exciting that we are going to get a full completed series.
And because they did say it's ending, I'm hoping that we get a lot of really big surprises of characters that we know and love that might pop back in for the big finale.
They better make the rest of the season lit. I told them that. We're expecting big things.
This is your moment.
Seriously, big changes. And I'm hoping that we at least get a little bit of Prince and Snow, or Charming and Snow, to come back.
Yeah.
I just hope for like 1 episode. Just get
the
our
finale.
The finale. That would be awesome. If everybody came back for the finale, my heart would be so full.
That is a little tidbit off that I do know that so far Jared Gilmore is the only one who's confirmed to come back. And he'll come back as Little Henry Mills for episode 20, and I know they're trying to get the old, hopefully Snow and Charming back.
Which would be amazing.
It'd be really great to see them wrap up this story and see him and his family either go back to the original Enchanted Forest, where he's Prince Henry, or to Storybrooke, because that's where it all started.
Yes, all started. You know what's all starting? Is learning new things and having fun. Guys, I want to give you something really fun that Maria Menounos, obviously the CEO of our network, who we adore and are so thankful that all the opportunities that she brings us. If you want to have fun, learn, and grow in all of the areas of your life, for those who do, we have got the perfect podcast for you. Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition, is hosted by our AfterBuzz TV founder, Maria, and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos Us features celebrity and influencer interviews, along with secrets and tips on how to be a better in all aspects of life, from health and wellness to career and relationships, finances, and more. Let our Maria be the big sister that you never had. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free. Guys, it's free. You just go subscribe, and every week you will get these notifications on your phone. Be sure to rate and comment, and when you do let Maria know, it was us who got you there.
Yeah, make sure you tell them it was the Once girls who sent you there.
So make sure you say that.
We want her as our big sister as much as you will.
Yes. So again, that's Conversations with Maria Menounos podcast edition. So you're going to want to check that one out. All right, let's get into, speaking of big sisters, we've got a lot that went on with sisters and families and mothers and all of that. And we have Anastasia and Rapunzel and Gothel and this whole Drizella situation. What are your overall thoughts of all that went down with just this small family affair? Carolina has a face.
Give it to us, Carolina.
If you guys are listening right now, she just looked at me with like disdain on her face.
She's just been
lots of thoughts.
ready to go.
I had to be quiet for 3 months. There was nothing to talk about. I have a lot to say.
Okay, let's get into it.
No, you kick it off, and then I'll add to it. 'Cause
Okay,
there's
so
much.
obviously, Anastasia is learning the truth about her mom, and she's not this nice person, and Gothel really goes in and digs the dagger because she goes, oh, your mom's killed this person, put this person to sleep, killed this person, put this person to sleep, and then she has to, as a 14-year-old, figure out what's going on with her life, and she feels betrayed by her mother, not really knowing who she is, and she doesn't know what's going on in this new weird world.
But I love what they did with Lady T. I feel like her as a character has been one of Once's strongest characters in my opinion, because she has so much depth to her character. Like, you hear Gothel really trashing her name in front of her daughter, but you forget that Gothel put her in that situation. She made Rapunzel's life miserable, and there was a reason for a lot of the things she did. Obviously, a lot is inexcusable. But I feel for her, and she was like the Jesus of this episode.
The Jesus of this episode.
It was crazy.
It was sacrifice.
Well, and to see her character come full circle, because she started out as Rapunzel, sacrificing herself to make sure that her children and her husband would have food and would be able to live this lavish life. And she's the reason.
For her.
No. And she's the reason that they all kind of ended up where they were, and it was just kind of like it got let go, and then she tries to come back, which was interesting about her coming back. I want to hear your guys' thoughts when Drizella basically lays on her mom, I'm the one that came up with those ideas. Boom, it wasn't Anastasia.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm going back to what I said at the beginning of the season about Ivy/Drizella. I always felt that she was a redeemable character.
Here she goes.
That's true.
And this is the moment. Like, she's not all bad. And I think that she went to these great excesses to be evil because she felt that her mother was evil. There was nothing that Lady T, Rapunzel, was doing for her daughter that wasn't for Anastasia again and again and again. How would you feel as a kid if your mom rejected you that way? And I feel like this is finally going to bring it full circle. I can't stand Anastasia. She's like a wet mop.
A wet mop.
I can't. You're useless. You're just like, do something. Lucy has more fight in her than you, and you're older.
She's still waking up from her coma, I think.
And even asleep, she had more fight in her.
Oh my gosh. Tell me how you really feel, Carolina.
I just don't like Anastasia as a character.
Okay, I agree about your redeemable quality. Now,
yeah,
I didn't believe you at first.
Thank you. Now we're on Train Ivy. Choo-choo. Here we go.
But she still kind of makes me angry. Like, she's just
course.
always
She's not
so
perfect.
No, yeah, that's true.
I mean, but
she's for sure not like perfect, but also neither is Lady T. She's crazy.
But the good side needs her.
I never thought she was a perfect villain, and I really thought she was a victim in all this who made really terrible choices.
True.
She was getting attention for all the wrong reasons. And as for Lady T, she's another one. The thing is I think Lady T and Drizella has such a hard time because they're literally the same person. They both were put in impossible situations, and they both made the worst decisions possible again and again.
Yeah.
But then at the end, Lady T, Rapunzel really did make the right decision. And listen, magic is coming back. I don't think that she's done yet. I wouldn't be surprised if Ronnie and what's Selena's name now?
Kelly?
Kelly?
I think it's Kelly, right? Because it was Kelly and Ronnie's bar.
Yes. If Kelly and Ronnie bring her back.
Yeah, I feel like
they're
would.
on a hunt for magic.
Yeah, that's true. And I feel like they would be the people to.
Or Lucy. Lucy might bring her back.
That's true. Because we also don't really know what Lucy's motto is yet, because obviously if Henry's the believer, we're still trying to figure out if she's the guardian, right?
And Rapunzel did say, I did love that little girl.
Right.
And I think that she loves her grandmother, and like all the weird control ways that she used her with her mom, which none of that was right.
Right.
They love each other, and I think that there's something there between Lucy and her.
Yeah, totally. But like, let's dive in then. Let's talk about how Lady T basically sacrifices herself. I never know what to call these characters anymore, by the way.
They have too many names.
I seriously am like, do I say Hook? Do I say Rogers? Do I say Nook? Do I say Regina? Do I say Ronnie? You know, do I say Evil Queen? I just don't even understand.
If they're bringing this back full circle, I'm gonna take it full circle and just call them.
Yeah, I'm starting to call them
Regina.
Regina again. But yeah, so anyways, Lady T sacrifices herself for Anastasia. I mean, not Anastasia, for Ivy. Man, I'm even confusing names. For Ivy. So what were you guys thinking in that moment? Do you think even now is Lady T a redeemable character if they can bring her back to life? If she's not technically a sacrifice?
She's always been redeemable to me.
Yeah.
I think that she's one of those people that, like, she never got to really say her story, and her actions are inexcusable, like I said, but if you know her full story, it's like makes sense with if the Evil Queen is redeemable, Lady T is very redeemable.
That is so true.
You know, one of the big things about Once Upon a Time, especially that the creators Adam and Eddie have talked about again and again, is that they didn't want to write black and white fairy tale characters.
Right.
They wanted to make sure that there was a lot of gray areas. Snow White was selfish and vain, and we got to see that. And we saw that she put herself in a lot of situations that she didn't need to be in. She wasn't exempt from anything. And the same thing goes for Lady Tremaine / Rapunzel. She's not a black and white character, and I think that she could be redeemed. The question is, does she want to?
Right. I don't know.
And what would she do with her chances? Because that's the biggest thing I think that Once Upon a Time is really focused on since the beginning of season 1 to now is what will you do with the chances and choices given to you?
Right.
Yeah, I think that is like the overarching theme of Once Upon a Time.
So do you think that maybe we would ever get a scene again with maybe Lady T and Ivy all joining forces with Regina and Zelena in order to figure out how to end this curse
Mother
without...
Gothel.
I think it's going to be it all against Mother Gothel.
Yeah,
I think Mother Gothel is trying to wake up her witches, which we'll get into, obviously. But I think that Drizella has to team up with Regina and Zelena. Hopefully, I mean, she should know that she got the ultimate played. Like, Ivy got
seriously
played.
I'm salivating at the mouth for them to start to put the pieces together because it's getting so good and more people are waking up. I'll wait till we get to the other topics on that. But I think that we're about to see sparks fly.
Sparks fly with who? Oh, you mean like...
Yeah, between the witches.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like sparks fly like love. I'm like, what? Wait, where do we go?
No, sparks like literal magic.
Yeah, okay. Got it. All right, sparks flying. Yeah, speaking of people that are semi-waking up, let's really quick get into, there wasn't too much of Rumple, but we got to see him kind of trying to basically, he's being honest with Rogers, but then in a way, he's not. He's using the word cult, he's using modern day terms in order to kind of convince him. But do we think Rogers is semi-awake, or is he totally still clueless?
No,
to this
he's
whole
an idiot.
Thing? Yeah.
He is like totally, like Rogers has yet to even blink an eyelash at the fact that there's something really going on.
Yeah.
He knows something's going on.
Well, yeah,
but he doesn't know that it's a curse. And he's been told again and again, even by his own daughter, and he's not catching on to, it's not just things aren't adding up. It's that you're literally living a fake life.
Right.
So that's what's killing me.
Yeah.
But with that said about Rumple is I think that there's a loophole in the curse. He must not be able to tell him.
What kind of loophole are you thinking?
I don't know.
You don't know yet,
but there's so many.
Imagine if you were a normal human, you have to be delicate with telling someone that they're in an alternate realm and they're not who they are and we're not who they are. I feel like he can't just like if someone told you that, Carolina, you'd be like, Well,
I'd be like,
Carolina
tell
might
me
believe
more.
Yeah,
them.
Kelly's like, what? I've been waiting for this moment my
Yeah,
whole
she's like,
life.
I
Where's
knew
my
it.
Hogwarts letter? I've been waiting for that. Like, where's my Hobbit? Is there a wizard? Do I get a
gosh.
dragon? Like,
That's
what's happening?
so good.
I'd be so pumped. I'd be like, open the door, give me the key, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I do think Nook, that's what I'm calling him
I
today 'cause
loved
love
that. I loved that.
Is really gonna, I've been saying this, we've been saying this, that he's gonna push this forward, but
Yeah.
I think now he is. He's starting to really get that he's been an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. But and I think that's kind of what he's looking into with the whole like cult thing
Yeah.
that Rumple's trying to basically like coerce him to believe is that she's in this cult, which it is kind of like, Rogers, this is kind of all your fault. Because you are the reason that you got Gothel out, because he's been looking for Eloise Gardner for like all these years,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
he finally finds her and then lets her out of the cage, and then
Drove me crazy.
yeah, because he's the reason that this all happened, and I kind of had that realization today, thinking
And Robin, right?
Robin. Wait, what do you mean about
Because
Robin?
didn't Robin call her in the seance with the other two witches, or was that all a trick by Gothel? I was gonna ask
I think
you guys
that was all a trick. I don't think she had the magic
Okay.
to know what to do with
Yeah.
it. Whatever happened to her where she was poofed away, that's all Gothel and her big spider web of a plan.
Yeah.
Right, which it was weird because she started being like like she made like a weird like she figured something was like hurting her, and then all of a sudden it was like poof.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I guess let's just get into Robin then, because
my
I liked
gosh.
her.
yeah, you guys. Okay, so obviously you've seen Riverdale, right?
I liked her. No.
You haven't seen Riverdale?
No.
Oh, so she is Betty's sister in Riverdale. She plays that character.
Oh, good
and
for
what's
her.
Insane,
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, but what's insane is that she's such a different character in this show, obviously, but she has got some spice to her. Let me tell you.
How is she gonna do my girl Zelena like that?
Right.
You do not have the right to have mommy issues. Zelena
No.
has the right to have mommy issues. She does not have the right to have mommy
Right.
issues.
To be fair, we don't know Robin's story.
But this is the thing. Okay, so they were calling whatever that seance was, they were in Storybrooke. So her life can't be that bad. She's going to like a really nice school. Zelena's been sacrificing everything in her life thus far for her. Zelena has redeemed herself 100%.
Yes.
Okay, but if you're living in Storybrooke, then you probably also have to go to the shrink and talk to Jiminy Cricket about how your mommy tricked your daddy into thinking he was the dead lady
I was
who
thinking-
you have a half brother who she took your dad from your aunt who's now leaving to go see your
The past
brother
is in
who's
the
not-
past.
Yeah, let's moving forward from her craziness. No, but seriously, it is really insane how the spider web of lies and whatever is kind of where Zelena is today. But again, she's redeemed herself and has really been there for everybody. But my question is, so do you think that Robin actually knows the extent? She knows that Robin was her dad, but like, does she know how Zelena like? I don't think she knows
I
that.
think she has to. That's
You
why
think
she
she
has
has
a
to?
chip on her shoulder with her
Right,
mom.
she's like,
But
you're
she's
crazy.
become a huge piece in the puzzle.
Right.
Because we still don't. She's gone in the current time, traveling. She's not in the
Right.
new realm. But the part that killed me was she was like told Mother Gothel, she's like, "Will you make me a better witch than my mom ever was?" I'm like, okay, sit down, Robin. Like, this is not. I was so pissed for Zelena. But I think that there's a lot of questions about her I have.
Right.
But
She's a key, I think.
that attitude is very much like Regina's. Because Regina said the same thing to Rumpelstiltskin when she was getting lessons from him. She said, "Make me better than my mother."
That's true.
She's very much like her aunt.
But Cora is Cora.
Yeah.
Oh, Cora's a
Cora's
monster.
crazy.
Whoa.
It's so
But-
funny because they all at one point were huge monsters. But I think Cora maybe was I don't know, because Regina used to crush hearts of like anybody that came in
I
her
think
path.
Cora was the worst.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think Cora did things we don't even know about. They were scared to tell us about it.
Yeah.
Which is the worst?
Which is the worst? I don't know.
They're
We
no,
could
I'm
have
saying
a
they're all
contest.
bad.
Yeah, like they're all so bad. I don't know. It's so crazy too because like the fact that now Zelena, she did blame herself and was like, I'm doing the same thing my father did with hiding the magic from me. But it is kind of like, why would you try to hide something from her? Because then she's going to go find it on her own, just like they all did. They all found it on their own and went to mentors that like, when Regina went to Rumple, like,
True.
that was a terrible mentor. Not that her mom was any better, but like, they all just don't know where to go and don't know what to do with this power, and then it gets taught in the wrong way, just like Ivy.
Yeah.
Ivy had all this power and her mom hid it from her, and then there she was like trying to kill her mom.
Good point.
You know?
Oh, and she crushed that prince's heart. To
Right.
turn her heart dark. Oh, that was a crazy episode.
That was so crazy.
That was one of the best episodes too, though.
Agreed.
Yeah. But it was really crazy to see Zelena like trapped in this world and how she's changed and how she's like super mom now and trying to get everybody just kind of like together. But also, I don't know, what are you guys overthinking about the whole Zelena sacrificing herself for Robin?
I thought that was beautiful.
It was so great. It was great to see Zelena do something like that, because even though we've seen her sacrifice, she has actually done a lot of sacrificing with sacrificing her magic and doing things for the better good of everybody. And I think this is kind of a proven fact that we have seen Zelena completely change, and she is 100% redeemed.
And that was a cool scene because we got Madame Leota. And she's from the haunted house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought her makeup and hair was so cool in that little crystal ball, but I don't know much about her character seems very... But
I think that they introduced her because she's going to play a part in what's to come.
Because we kept wondering, why is Gothel so invested? And that, is part of it. She's one of the main witches she's trying to resurrect.
Well, and what's crazy, too, is that she's been doing this because if we think about when Zelena went to go find Robin in the realm, they were all at Tiana's palace, right? And Lucy was a baby. She was just born. So on Lucy's 8th birthday is when everything went down. So... she's been, since Robin, it's been 8 years since she's been trying to find this, this person to sacrifice for whatever she's trying to do, which is clearly, bring these witches back together to have, the ultimate power. But the whole question is, what does this ultimate power do?
And who are the rest of the witches?
Right. And what is this going to do? Is this going to completely end the land? What is it that
what does she want?
Right.
Yeah.
What is the sole purpose?
That's what that is one of the main questions. The other is who's killing the witches that we see is going to start happening.
Right.
It's I have no idea. Too much.
Yeah, and not everybody has magic.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time that Storybrooke and now Hyperion Heights in the Once Upon a Time mythos, they've had a serial killer on the loose.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But I did read from the executive producers that the witch killer is not going to be a drawn out secret. It will come sooner than
that's
think.
good.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
I have a funny note from the chat for everybody that's watching. Derek Hogan says it makes the Coven of 8 the evil Power Rangers.
Oh my goodness. I wish
my gosh.
if only they had those outfits in witch form.
Could you imagine?
That'd be amazing.
That would be so
Good call.
Good call. And hey guys in the chat, we are watching your comments come through and we so appreciate it. Actually, really quick, I do want to touch on this. Going forward, we will be doing a fan shout out of whoever is commenting most. We see in the live chat someone that your name really sticks out to us. Make sure you constantly tweet us, comment, anything, and we're going to shout you out every week. We're going to have a winner and your name could be on the show.
Yes, we're going to make the end of the season the best.
Yes, this last latter half, which right now I feel like we're gearing up because there was so much to fill ourselves in on too, because it's been 3 months since we've been able to talk, so we're still getting into the flow of what's going to happen.
True.
And I feel like we're about to have a huge reveal every episode because it's only 8 episodes left, I think.
Yeah.
Or 7 that we have left that they're going to figure out how to tie up all the loose ends in the story.
I'm excited. I hope we get to see Ariel. Who would you like to see on the show?
I have to think about that.
Let's finish up the storylines.
And you guys think about that too, because that's a good question.
That is a good who you want to see that comes back. We'll definitely
popped into my brain.
All right, so everybody figure out who you want from all over the last 6 seasons to come back, and we'll chat about that right by predictions. But let's get into Henry, Ella, Jacinda. I don't even know what to call Jacinda or Ella.
Let's call her Ella.
Ella.
Okay, so we've got the whole Henry and Ella situation where Henry gives blood because he's starting to believe again.
My heart stopped.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, when he kept saying, test me too.
Right.
I was dying laughing.
Why?
I thought it was so cute.
Oh.
But it was just so funny because if I was the blood person, I'd be chill out, dude. The chance of you actually being a match is 0. But I'll take your blood.
But she didn't hear him. It was just the doctor.
But she didn't think that he was the hubby. the baby daddy. She knew he wasn't the baby daddy.
But she didn't know how he was related. He didn't know if he was like a cousin or a brother.
Yeah, I guess.
That's true.
She just looked at him weird and was like, "Are you a
It
parent?"
was just very intense.
Yeah, she was like, why would you want to? Okay, sure.
And funny in the I just laugh at him because I think he's so cute and
Right.
adorable that when he's serious, I'm like, okay, Henry.
Well, I'm wondering if this will kind of be like, this is the whole crazy thing too, is that, you know, Lucy's constantly like, you're my dad, you're my dad. If a child's constantly saying you're my dad, wouldn't you like maybe be like, well, let's just like put this to rest. Maybe I'll get a paternity test or something and figure it out.
Well, I'm
Like-
scared now because of what happened with the doctor
What do you mean?
at the end.
Oh.
When she took that potion,
Yeah,
she was knocked out, and
that's-
she had the results. She knows, but now she's knocked out.
Right.
And I feel like this is going to further shake Lucy's belief.
Right.
Well, yeah, because whoever it was, took a lock of hair like a creep,
Yeah, that was really weird.
and then took
That
the
was
test.
some voodoo level stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess that would be in part of my predictions, but that person has been. We've seen those black gloves before doing
Yeah.
some shady stuff.
Yeah.
So whoever that is.
And we haven't figured out who's the black gloves.
No.
no. You know what it reminds me of? Did you guys ever watch Halloween Town? It was like
Yes.
Calabar's Revenge or something.
I was thinking, where have I seen these gloves other than this show?
Calabar's Revenge.
goodness,
Because I think he like
yes.
goes and he like,
Great reference.
oh my gosh.
Marnie.
Yeah. Those movies were amazing.
Amazing.
I love those movies.
Those
Yeah,
movies were
speaking
so
of
good.
witches.
Yeah, man, so good. But yeah, so I'm just kind of this whole like Henry believer situation. I'm really hoping personally that it comes out like next episode or two. Like I want us to like focus on other things rather than I want Henry to finally believe and we can figure out what's gonna go on next.
Exactly. I
Like,
feel the same way.
It is kind of, I feel like it's being a little drawn out. I mean, maybe that's just me, but I feel like it is kind of like, all right, we get it. You're still, but it's we're 7 episodes or 11 episodes in and we still don't,
I wish.
no one knows.
I wish that this episode it would have just come out.
Right.
You're the father. Boom.
Right.
Jerry Springer.
Right, because it's at least the thing is though, they don't have to believe, but he can start, like, be awake, I mean, but they can start believing, like, okay, so something strange is happening, and obviously all the little pieces and things that are falling together are here for a reason. And clearly now, Zelina and Regina know that Lady T is the reason that Lucy's asleep. So I feel like it's only a matter of time before these facts are coming out to everybody.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only thing from the writer perspective is that if he does find out, then they're obviously going to want to lock some lips actions
Right.
between the two lovers, and then he'll die.
Oh gosh.
But
I really,
then-
if that's the way the show
He's
ends,
not gonna die.
I will.
Love conquers
Die
all,
myself.
as Once Upon a Time has taught us,
That's
but they
true.
need time to figure out how to stop
Figure
that.
it out. That's true. That's true. But like, yeah, man, it's just when you start thinking about it, when you start thinking about how the reason that they're in this curse and everything is because Regina basically didn't want her son to die, and you think about all those little things leading up to it, it's just like, well, what is the inevitable?
Yeah, it was all individual choices
Yeah.
that Gothel orchestrated, but from afar, and people just fell into place.
Which is really interesting because the big curse from before, it was 2 people with very similar goals. Gold wanted to have the curse cast so that he could find his son in the real world.
Yeah.
Regina wanted a world without magic so she could have her perfect picturesque revenge
Start
on
over.
Snow White and the
Yeah.
rest of the fairy tale characters. So they all wanted the same thing. Nobody wants the same thing, which is impossible to figure out why this really happened.
Right. Yeah, because we still are so oblivious as to what Gothel's doing.
11 episodes in, it's kind of crazy.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought Gothel always had like some massive ulterior motive with the witches, but now that she's all like she's the definition of mommy issues and
Yeah.
like collecting all these children of hers. I feel like that might be. I would think that there is a different goal on top of that, but I think that's one of the main ones because she always talks about like family and how strong witches are
Right.
together. They're stronger together. So I don't know if it's just about like wielding power.
I
Right.
wonder if she lost her family through
Yeah.
something and she's trying to get them back through power.
Maybe.
Oh, I hope there's some reason for her.
There's
Or I
gotta
wonder-
be.
I wonder if Rumpelstiltskin cost her family.
Huh.
And now she's wreaking havoc on everything in his life.
Whoa.
Because it is his grandkids she's coming after.
That's
Yeah, but at the same time, the only reason Rumple's here is to figure out a way to save Belle. So, like, let's not forget about that. He's still in this realm because he thinks he can save her.
Or to join her.
Yeah, that's true. Or to join her. I don't know.
Because we don't know what'll happen once he's released of the power of the dagger.
Right.
And I saw, actually, on the internet, while we're talking about powers, the internet is a safe place.
Said no one ever.
Yeah. It's a black hole.
They think that Anastasia is needed for Lucy, and both of them will be the guardian. That was an idea that I saw floated around as far as what's going on with this curse, that they need the both of them.
Interesting.
I don't know how that would work.
Right.
Wet
Well,
mop.
And
Power girl.
But also what's confusing too when you start thinking about everything that's happened in the first part of this season, let's not forget that when they did cast the curse, they had, 7 witches, and one of them was Henry, so she was trying to fill that spot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the same kind of like resurrection star thing. So what does she need with just one resurrection star thing? I don't.
That was just to bring
Back
the one
back.
Yeah,
Okay, the one
yeah.
that they're missing. Okay.
the Madame Leota, right?
Madam, yeah.
I
you're
think
right.
I think she's doing like one at a time and I think Madame Leota is if she's in the, what I got from it, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, is that if she's in the ball, it's to bring someone who's not fully passed over.
Okay.
So I don't think she's fully passed over. I think she's the
Right.
main one for just the resurrection piece. I don't think I think there's like a few more that they need.
But that also made me pause because, with that being said, she had Drizella in her clutches, and then she had Rapunzel, and she could have used either one of them to bring that person
Right.
back, but instead she brought back Lucy. Why?
I don't know.
And the original one, it was Robin that she was going to use to bring them back, and now it looks like she's looking for Lucy, and that really makes me wonder why. Is there something in the original fairy tale characters
Right.
that she needs to reach from, specifically them, to bring this person back?
Right, because so
'Cause it was Henry, then Lucy,
Right.
and then Robin, or Robin, Henry, then Lucy.
but maybe even so the people that go into the resurrection amulet or whatever when she's casting a spell, and the person that jumps into that circle, I wonder if it brings back a person that they personally have on their brain, and maybe Mother Gothel doesn't know that yet.
No, because Robin had no idea about that other person. She didn't know them. She didn't have any connection.
That's true. I don't know.
And Henry didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. There's still so many unanswered questions that I feel like I can't even piece this together that well yet. And that's what's so crazy, is that we're 11 episodes in and we still have so many questions. And we were saying that at the end of last season, and it's almost as if we're getting like little nuggets every bit of the way, opposed to in the past seasons we used to get full storyline answers in one episode. So that's what's crazy about this season, is that we're still like on the edge of our seats wondering who's what are you people doing, and
This curse seems a little bit more complex. Like, they're way more than I thought. Originally, I thought it was kind of like one thing was happening. Because usually that's how the other curses have worked. Like, other things
they
have
turned that upside down.
Yeah. They've added so many parts where it's like, because you did that, you screwed yourself over. And now this is like locked you into another part of the curse.
Adam and Eddie are really cooking up a puzzle piece for everyone.
Yeah, I think we're all going to be mind blown at the end of the season finale.
hope so.
I will be in tears because the series has been so great.
I think, okay, I almost forgot to say this, but my favorite part of the episode was Lady T when she was escaping the tunnel. Or whatever,
with the Louboutin?
Yeah, she's like, are you going to use your nails? And she's like, why use manual labor when you can use a Louboutin? I was like, yes!
That was so good. I was like, okay, because at first she's just clawing at the wall, and you're like, what are you expecting to do with that?
When her daughter called her out on it, then she came back into herself and was like,
You know
very
what?
Devil
You're
Wear
right.
Prada moment.
Yeah, she was like, you're right.
Yes.
Wait, and really quick, let's not forget that Robin and Alice are lovers.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not forget about that.
Which I also love.
Yeah, I love that too. I'm just figuring out how that plays into the storyline now, because obviously Alice is half asleep. So, like, is she even wondering, like, where Robin is? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I don't think she knows. Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out too. But let's get into, we're going to do a new segment every episode now of the best dynamic duo from every episode, because everybody usually pairs off to 2s or 3s to kind of be the heroes. And I think that the main ones this episode were Zelina and Regina, and then Zelina and Nook.
Yeah, and kind of Drizella and Lady T.
Yeah, that's true. Which
And
that
that-
was kind of an interesting one to see,
Yeah.
because I would have never expected that to happen. But so who would you guys say would be the best dynamic duo of this episode?
Oh, Zelina and Regina.
Yeah, they're
Evil
fun to
and
watch.
Wicked, Evil and Wicked.
They are really fun to watch.
I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
But I also really love that we're getting, hopefully this isn't the end of Lady T, but if it is, like, a good ending for her and Drizella. Like,
Yeah.
Drizella knows that her whole life wasn't in vain.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully.
true. Yeah,
Her
hopefully.
mom saved her. I think that's all she wanted through
Yeah.
this entire endeavor was for her mother to say, "I love you too,
Yeah.
and I care about you."
And I feel like that's going to make her for sure come to the good side, come to the light side, which is so exciting. But other exciting news, guys, we've got some talent revealed as to who Zelina's fiance is going to be. And I don't know if you guys watched Marvel's Runaways on Hulu, but it is Kit Pardue is going to be playing Chad, Zelina's fiance.
And
so
Zelina's
exciting.
in The Runaways?
No, sorry.
Oh.
Kit Pardue is in The Runaways.
Oh.
So I'm just saying if anybody else out there watches The Runaways, he plays one of the parents. And so it's just kind of an interesting tie.
I heard that
So, like,
show's really
it's
good.
really good.
I
It's
need
really
to watch
good.
that.
But yeah, well, before we wrap everything up and get into predictions, I will say, speaking of amazing talent and fun podcasts, as always, support for this podcast comes from ABC presenting American Idol. The singing competition that started it all has a new home on ABC, and the journey to find the next great American singing sensation is about to begin. Superstar judges like Luke Bryan, who I love, Katy Perry, and Lionel Richie join host Ryan Seacrest in the search to find your next American Idol. Premieres Sunday, March 11th at 8/7 Central on America's network ABC. Oh my gosh,
It
guys.
is the OG.
Yeah, I seriously cannot wait for this. But like, it's like, hey guys, I'm Ryan Seacrest, and this is your American Idol.
Yeah, you really coined that.
So good. But yeah, so it's going to be premiering on Sunday at 8/7 Central on America's network ABC. So make sure you check it out, because I'm excited to see it come back. I was so crazy when they announced the news that it was coming back so soon. It's so exciting, because obviously this is what started, American Idol is what started all of these singing competition shows.
Totally.
All the competition shows,
All of
period.
them, yeah. And it's a huge part of our history,
So
you know?
they've brought so many, like,
Amazing,
viral videos of auditions.
right.
Like, that have made my life so
better.
much better.
Well,
The
and
crazier the crazier they are, the videos,
Right.
the happier I
well,
am.
what's crazy too, I feel like with American Idol, it's made so many. Obviously, we've got Kelly Clarkson and Carrie Underwood, who they're household names now, and they've made such trinormous careers, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm excited that it's coming back on ABC this time. This
And
time
it's
around.
interesting, yeah.
Very interesting. Well, guys, let's get into some predictions before we close out this episode today.
Predictions
Steph.
for AfterBuzz
Oh, this is
TV
so stressful, you guys,
predictions.
because there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But what I think is going to happen is, and what I hope is that Drizella will pair up with Zelina and Regina, and I hope that she can rekindle the relationship she had with Regina, because that is the mentor that she should have stayed with.
Yeah.
So I hope that, and then I think that we'll see some sort of progression in terms of Henry awakening.
Yeah.
Maybe some deaths. I think some deaths are coming, and I'm not opposed to that. So
Okay.
Adds drama, you know?
Killer to the left.
Killjoy.
I think that Lucy's the guardian. I'm sticking by that. I still think that Ivy is redeemable, and this episode has set us on the way to it. And I think Robin is going to come back in real time, and we're going to see her and Alice pair up, and I can't wait.
That will be so much fun. I'm seconding that one, because that'll be a fun adventure. I think that the next person to wake up is Roger/Nook. I think he's going to wake up and finally realize that it's not a cult, that it's just Lady Gothel. And what's so sketchy between them is that Lady Gothel is like seduced him and they have a child together, which is so creepy. 'cause
I know.
It's just,
so
it's
gross.
weird.
I kept thinking that.
Yeah,
like,
when
we
they were in the
forget
same.
that happened.
Right. You
haven't.
legitimately.
Traumatized.
And then
Yeah.
she's trying to mother his daughter's boo.
Right. Which is
Really
weird.
creepy.
Really weird. But yeah, I think Roger's is going to be the next one to wake up. And I'm thinking that Henry is going to somehow find out that he is Lucy's father, but not understand why and be very confused. And he's not going to wake up. He's just going to like, this is weird. Those are my predictions.
I feel like he's not going to find out. That's why they killed the lady.
But I feel like he's going to figure something. Like, I feel like he's going to start putting pieces together.
Every time he's done, he does something dumb happens, and he's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
it's not
but
true."
something literally always goes on in his. Something always goes on in his head though. Like he's always like, as soon as someone's like, "Oh yeah," like even when he said, you know, with my family, and you could tell in the back of his head he's thinking, "But did I have a family?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Send us your predictions, you guys.
Yeah.
Because you guys have some way too good of ones.
Yeah. Do we have one or two from the chat that we can pull up right now before we?
I will jump back
close
in.
out.
Some of them have definitely come true.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, even all the comments and everything usually. What's going on here, guys? What we got?
Predictions.
Predictions for nothing. Do we have
Not
nothing?
We've got a
Really?
lot of chemistry going on.
A lot of chemistry. All right. Well, guys, make sure you comment below, and we will deal with those predictions, and we'll bring them up next week. Again, make sure you comment, subscribe, and everything on AfterBuzz TV, and tweet us so we can point you out on next week's episode as being the fan of the week. Alrighty, Steph Sabraw, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me at Steph Sabraw on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, hit us up. I want to talk to you guys.
Carolina.
Hey guys, you can find me at LenaBean113 on Instagram and Carolina Bonetti on Twitter. Please let me know what you think.
Hey guys, Ally Nasta here. Find me on Twitter at Ally Nasta and on Instagram at Ally Girl, and follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms. We'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.